Hey everybody, Nintendo Hodge back with another Road to 600 video. We are adding 10 games into the collection this time around, and we are going from 480 to 489, ever close to that 500 mark. 3 different stacks of games purchased from 3 different locations. I'll kind of go over what those are as I go through it, like I usually do.
When I'm on the road.
First 2 games. So in my previous video I mentioned that I got a copy of Wheel of Fortune that I had already owned from Retro Chase Games for a Father's Day gift, and I was able to bring that back and exchange it for one I needed. So we have a copy of WCW Wrestling. Not a fan of really any of the wrestling games on the NES. This one is particularly hard, and they do these weird like chop kick things. It's very, very bizarre. And the other one we got is Ultimate Basketball, which ultimately kicks my butt. The computer is very dominant in this, and I was even playing it on easy mode. So, yeah, this is one I probably will never play again. My wife and I, my daughter, ended up vending at a show in Mississauga. Mississauga video game show. It's put on by the same people that do. There's a Mississauga toy show. In this case, there was a Star Wars show going on at the same time as the video game. We were just kind of in a different spot. They do comics. They do a whole bunch of things. A very great event if you've never been. And while we were there vending, I made some deals with some vendors. We added Wheel of Fortune Family Edition and Wheel of Fortune Vanna White. So I believe with those 2 ads, I have completed the Wheel of Fortune set. There is a possibility I'm missing one, but I have regular, Junior Edition, Family Edition, Family Edition, and Vanna White. From a regular vendor of the BGE, I picked up 2 games. We have Capcom's Gold Medal Challenge, just your typical athletic game with long jump and lots of running events and things like that. Pretty bad controls, but it was okay. A game that I wish was better, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. I used to watch this all the time. I remember watching it on like PBS every night. It was on at like, I don't know, it was 6 or 6:30 or something. I remember watching this, and unfortunately the game isn't very good. It's very forgiving. You get a lot of lives before you get a game over, but yeah. 2 more ads I'm very happy to add. We have Boulder Dash, an awesome puzzle game. I've never played this one up until now, but I've seen it, heard about it, and just everything I've read about it, it's a lot of fun, and I'm big on puzzle games. Happy to add this one with the big old giant video rental or movie rental sticker on the back of it. This one was from Burlington, Mount Forest Drive in Burlington, Ontario, so that's kind of cool. I'm sure this place doesn't exist anymore. And then the last one here, not one I was thinking about adding. The vendor beside me had it, and I asked him if he was going to be interested in trade. Well, first I hinted, saying, hey, if you're looking at trade, I'd love to make a trade for this game. It sat there all day. I don't think anybody really looked at it. And I went over and finally said, hey, would you be willing to do trade? I'm really interested in it. And he said no. So I looked at this price tag, and his price was good. But I did end up offering him less. And because of that, and because we did so well at that show, made some extra money, I was able to add RC Pro-Am 2. I love the original RC Pro-Am. Now I have RC Pro-Am 2, another higher price game. Lots of fun. This is another 4-player game. If you use the 4 score, you can play 4 players with it. I think it actually even says it right. Yeah, on the bottom it says 4-player right there on the bottom. Lots of fun, especially when you're playing multiplayer. And then 2 more ads Paula picked up for me while she was away on a trip, or not a trip, but her and my daughter were away shopping for the day in a city we don't tend to go to very often. And she messaged me saying, hey, here's a bunch of NES games. Do you need any? Sure enough, there was 2 I needed. They sold them to her tax in, so she got a really decent deal. The first one added is Time Lord. It's kind of an interesting game. If you go watch Nest Friend's video that he did a while back, it basically explains what it's all about. And it actually came with a manual, which is kind of cool. I'm not a big manual collector. I do have some. I probably won't keep this manual. I'll probably just flip it for whatever, $5-10 or something like that. If it's even worth that, I'm not sure. The game itself was only $10, so I don't think the manual's worth that much. And then the last one, another Capcom game, and we have Destiny of the Emperor. It's in pretty decent shape. Little scuffing on the side here, but overall good shape. One I'm not familiar with. I did try it and play it. An RPG, but you're in, I think it's China. Could be Japan, but I think it's China. And you have, like, you're one guy, but you have armies behind this guy. RPG, you fight against other armies. Interesting. I think I would have enjoyed it more as a kid. I don't have the time to sink into one of these style of games unless it's an RPG I really like. Like, I'd rather put time into like Dragon Warrior 1, 2, 3, 4 than something like this. Even Final Fantasy, but still really cool to add this one in the collection. So this one is short but sweet. Some good ads in here. Really, really happy to add the RC Pro-Am 2. Again, another one I didn't think I was going to add. 480, 489, 10 more into the collection. Ever so close to the 500 mark, which is pretty cool. I'm at like 70% if I went to the 677. I know this is the road to 600, not the road to 677, but you never know. If I could find some stuff at yard sales, trade some stuff in, might be able to get some higher end games, we'll see. But yeah, more games to add into the shelf behind me here, and I'm very excited. So I might not sound it, but I am. It's just nice to put these behind you and just admire them and play them and be nostalgic about them. All right, that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I don't say this often enough, but give me a comment down there regardless. If you watch the video, just leave me a comment. Just say, hey, sup, or how's it going, or something like that. I just want to know. I want to see some comments. All right, that is it. We will see everybody in the next video.